How are you, sir? At the end of the row. What's your name, champ?
Dan.
Dan, how are you, Dan? Are you local?
I am, yeah, London.
You're a Londoner. Like what part of London?
Vauxhall?
North of Vauxhall.
Vauxhall.
Oh, Vauxhall. Sorry, north of Vauxhall is the river, isn't it? For fuck's sake. That a ridiculous answer, Dan. But you never give that answer. You give a perfectly reasonable answer, and there I am mocking you for what I misheard. Oh, it's cruel, Dan, isn't it? It's vicious. And what do you do, Dan, in Vauxhall?
I'm a technician.
You're a technician?
Indeed.
That's fantastic. Doesn't narrow it down in any way, does it? That really keeps it open for any possible industry in the world. In which world are you a technician?
In the planning world.
In the planning world? Oh, you don't even build the houses, you kind of go, that'll fucking fall down. That's essentially what you do, isn't it? Oh, that. Jesus, look at it. On an angle. Who the fuck builds on an angle? I haven't been a technician for the last 12 years to know that you don't build a house slopey. Doesn't fucking work. So what kinds of appliances do you do? Like whatever, the big buildings, small buildings, tall buildings, schools, hospitals?
It's controversial. It's lots of buildings.
It's controversial and lots of buildings. Is it really controversial? Will it split the room? That's what I want from a controversial here. I want at some stage, Dan, when you tell us what kind of buildings you do, to have half the room up in arms going, for fuck's sake, Dan, I'm livid about it. It's that fucker. It's the guy who did the fucking controversial building. Right, let's fucking get him. I want half the room, the other people around, defending you, physically holding back that side of the room as they lay into you with sticks and bricks. And you've said controversial. That pitches it at a relatively fucking high level of excitement here, right? It's going to be amazing when you say this. Try to hold on to your good sense here, ladies and gentlemen. No ripping up the chairs and fucking them down to the top of the hall. Because I know you do that. The minute you hear what this guy builds, you're going to go, Jesus, not that guy. Not that monster of a man. Have I hyped it up a bit too much, have I? You turn this around. You turn this into the jolliest. What's your name, champ?
Steve.
How are you, Steve? Steve, where are you from?
London.
From London. Good man yourself. And Steve, what do you do?
Game maker.
You're a game maker. For what platform? For computer games or board games? Please say board games. Please say you're the one guy still making board games. You're the one guy, whatever it's going, get out of it, Steve. Click, click, click. This is the way to go. It's all created virtual worlds, and you're just carving a small it will come back. This is what I do. See this? See this? See this little six-sided beauty? This is where it really belongs, right? What is it? Video games, isn't it?
It's video games.
Have you made anything we've all played?
No.
No.
30,000.
30,000? 30,000 what?
People.
Have played the game?
Yes.
What game is it, my friend?
Curry Goat Revenge.
It's what revenge?
Curry Goat Revenge.
Curry Go Revenge. What kind of game is it, my friend? And now in this, I want to know what game you've created. What have you created, my friend?
Endless runner.
It's an endless runner. Oh, one of the ones that you press one button and then it just keeps doing it, like Cannabot.
It's sort of like that, yeah.
Sort of like that. Is it very like that? Is it extremely like that? Is it in fact just that? Is it just that, repackaged by you? What does the man have to run? How does he jump over? Does he jump over things?
You knock over people.
You knock over people?
And dodge boxes.
And you dodge boxes. Why dodge the box? Why not open the box? Can you stop running for a second? Can you? Can you, Steve? Can you stop running? Is it possible to stop running? Steve, what about you? Are you still running? Are you running a lot? Right. What's in your box? What are you avoiding? Are you married, Steve? Are you married?
No.
No, you're not. Is he a good lady?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know what's in the box? Has anyone here ever interrupted a crime? You did. Hang on, fucking Mr. Fucking I hate the Irish man at the start there. Right? What was the crime, my friend?
A jeweler's 2 doors from me. The fella stole a ring.
The guy 2 doors down for you who stole a ring?
Yes, and I chased him up the street.
You chased him up the street? Whoa, let's rewind here for a second, right? I don't know, you can put the hand down, by the way. It's not a classroom situation, right? It's good to have you here, but you can look. No, hang on, now we're both doing it. Now you started me doing it as well. Let's just, right, for a second, right down. No, fucking stop. Right, fuck, down. Right, both of us. Now, there's a guy 2 doors up from you, stole a ring. I presume he doesn't live 2 doors up. He went into the house 2 doors up from you.
There's a jeweler's 2 doors up from
There's a jeweler's 2 doors up from you. Well, he would naturally have rings. That'd be a bit harsh if you went, what the fuck are you doing with all the rings? I'm a jeweler. Okay, there was a fella that wasn't a jeweler, right? Went into the jeweler's.
He took a ring that wasn't his.
That wasn't his. Now you're right, that actually is almost a dictionary definition of ring theft. Right there. It couldn't be better expressed that. A man went into a jeweler's who wasn't himself a jeweler, therefore had no right to take that, wasn't buying it as a gift, hadn't exchanged money for it, took a ring that wasn't his, right? Now, where were you during this? Were you in the jeweler's?
No, I was in my shop.
You were in your shop, right? And what kind of shop is your shop? That's a laughing shot. You sell waves. Is that what you do, Scott? You're not going to tell me where your shop is, eh?
Actually, I fix shoes as well.
You fix shoes as well?
For me.
Nothing to do
For,
with him.
really? Sorry. Oh, you're like a little posse. Yeah, I'm sure.
Nothing to do with him.
So anyway, you see the guy nicking or you hear the commotion of somebody stealing a ring.
That's right. My friend who owns the jewellers, he like that.
What, did he want to call forth the animals of the world? And off in the African plains, elephants go, and then they took the head off. Tarzan the jeweler has been robbed. We shall go there. So the cobbler ran after the thief.
Yes.
Going, my shoes are better than his. His shoes will give out at some stage, but the excellent leather uppers of mine will keep me running for many hours. How long, by the way, did you keep running for?
Well, it wasn't that long.
It wasn't that long, okay. Yeah, hey, is that from here to here, like, or is it like...
Not as far as that.
Not even as far as that? Hang on, were you there for this?
Yeah.
What the fuck didn't you run after him? You're younger than he is, for fuck's sake.
I ran after him.
You ran after him? That makes no fucking sense. What, with a spare pair of shoes? Here, try these are faster. Thank you. So now there's a jewellery thief being followed by two cobblers. You should have brought the guy out with the fucking hammer. That would have scared the shit out of the jewellery thief. Just advancing like Pac-Man down the road. Did you catch him?
Yes.
You did? What did you do to him? Don't laugh at that bit. That sounds fucking sinister when you go, what did we do to him?
No, I actually brought him back to the jewellers.
You brought him back to the jewellers?
I did, yeah.
And did you make him give back the ring?
No, he ran away again.
He ran away again! You weren't going to tell me that bit of the story, were you? You were going to keep that quiet. The guy ran away, got away.
We got him again, we caught him again.
You ran after him again? What, like a cat with a mouse? Were you just kind of, okay, we'll give you a head start, now we're after you again. What's up fucking running after me? Here you can go again, now we've got you again. How often did you catch him and run?
Only twice.
Only twice. And then did he get done for it?
Yeah.
He did, yeah. Well done to the cobbler, ladies and gentlemen. The cobbler! Protecting the city against crime. I would never paint as such, but I would never do that to you. I would never do that to any of you. I'm just narrowing it down here, just bobbing slowly forward to you. How are you? You're there. You're like, there's literally, I could measure from here to here. You could not, you're like a bubble in a spirit level. You couldn't be more central. What's your name, champ?
Tim.
How are you, Tim? Tim, where are you from?
I'm from New York. I live in New York.
You live in New York, but you're not from New York, are you, Tim? No, you're not. How long have you been living in New York?
7 years.
7 years. Tim, you are not from New York. I think that is a point that I, on behalf of the people in New York, need to have beaten into you, Tim. Don't get coming over here, right? You're from here, aren't you, Tim?
I am.
You're from here. Don't you walk around here, right? I'm from New York. Oh, really, Tim? From the mean streets, really? Where are you actually from, Tim?
I lived in Orpington, Kent.
Orpington, right? In the Orpington ghettos, was it? What do you do, my friend? What do you do?
I work in finance.
You work in finance. So. I'm saying nothing, Tim. I've said nothing about it, right? I merely pointed out that they often make that response, and then you arrived like Exhibit A to step into the situation. Can I possibly illustrate that point, right? I work in finance. I am from New York. No, right? Do you work in finance in New York?
I do, yes.
You do indeed. What kind of finance? You're moving money around and walking away, my friend. What are you doing with the finance?
The normal finance function.
That's you just shifting shit around from one client to another. I know it's done click, but nonetheless, the visual image of you doing it. That's the kind of thing. You're just moving it from here to here. Exactly. Who's trying to keep up with you as you're moving around from here to here? Who are you trying to keep moving ahead of?
Anybody else?
Anybody else. Fuck me. You're going to Tim, yes. No, you're not Tim, because you've been found out tonight, haven't you? You're slightly worried, Tim, that you're the feature of a sting operation of some description here. You've suddenly gone very fucking cagey with the answers. A minute ago it was all, I'm Tim of New York and my lifestyle is incredible, and now it's fuck me. The questioning is getting a little bit too close to actually what I do here, right? Tim, this is not an elaborate sting operation. I am not an undercover. This is not... 20 years ago, I didn't get, like, in the police academy, they didn't go, right, we got a long operation for you, right? We need you to go deep, deep undercover as a stand-up comedian. Work your way slowly up to the clubs, right? First of all, first in Ireland, then transfer across to the UK, right? Then maybe get a few mid-level television shows, get something like a regular panel show, do a few Edinburghs, tour up to the point where you get selling DVDs and you're going to attract a big crowd, right? Then one night in the Apollo, a man called Tim. Who was suspiciously received tickets but didn't think to question, why, yes, have I won 2 tickets on a flight to London? That's fantastic. I'd love to go, right? Nothing could possibly go wrong. Well, tonight, Tim, you've been found out, right? Let's not talk about work, for God's sake. Let's not bore us talking with you about work. What's the most exciting thing you've ever done? Maddest thing you've ever done?
Ooh.
By all means, take a couple of seconds to think about it, right? I wouldn't like you to think that I'm on a bit of a fucking clock here, you know what I mean? Yeah. I'll give you an example of some of the ones I've had over the course of the tour. A bloke in Cheltenham called Brian. What's the greatest thing you've ever done? I fell down a manhole, he said. A man in Leeds said, what's the greatest thing you've ever done? I was handed an amputated leg. What's the greatest thing you've ever done? Anything mad or amazing you've ever done, Dan?
Oh, not necessarily mad amazing. When I met my girlfriend, it was a great thing.
It was a great thing to meet your girlfriend. It certainly was. I've no doubt it was. It's a wonderful thing. It's good to have her here tonight as well. How are you, Pet? Right? Is the girlfriend still with you?
She is, yes.
She is, but she wasn't worth buying a fucking ticket for this show, was she not? Instead, your pal is here instead.
He bought the ticket.
He bought the ticket, but he didn't like your girlfriend enough to buy her one as well. Dan, rather than let's pick a number between 1 and 10, Dan, just for the crack. 1 and 10.
5.
You're going to go for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How are you, champ? How are you? Hot. Cruel, isn't it? It's the fickle finger of fate has picked you out, my friend. What's your name, champ?
Scott.
Scott? How are you, Scott? And where are you from?
Stevenage.
And what do you do down in Stevenage?
I work for the ambulance service.
You work for the ambulance service? Really? Thus making you pretty fucking bulletproof from where I'm standing at the road. There is frankly nothing I can say to this guy, right? Unless he's a really bad job within the ambulance service. You're out there going psh, 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 into the back. Oh, you don't do that at all? Oh, good, thank heavens. What do you do instead?
I work in an office.
You work in an office? Yeah. Do you have like a big, like a map, like whatever, with ambulances and you push them on big poles? Do you do that? Wouldn't it be fantastic? You have tiny little ambulances and a map and you just move them from place to place. It must be great. Did they ever give you a go in the ambulance, do they? Do you dream of that, do you? Do you sit there? Do you have a little hat that you wear at your desk at home with the light on the top, like whatever? And then you run around with information. I'm just as important as the ambulances. If I didn't give you the information, the ambulances wouldn't get there. Do you do that, do you?
You're not a million miles wrong.
I'm not a million miles off, okay? That's a yes, isn't it? And what's the maddest thing that's ever happened to you?
When I was 15, I was in a Fergal Sharkey video.
You were in a Fergal Sharkey video? That's pretty good. This is part 2 of your media career. Congratulations. You know that behind you, it's 7 rows behind you, a woman went, ooh. That's really excited me. I can see you there, Pet. Oh, it's amazing. In a Fergal Sharkey video, was it for a good heart is hard to find?
No.
Because that is frankly the only one any of us can. What's your name, champ? Other man on this side of the divide.
Rob.
Rob?
Yep.
How are you, Rob? Where are you from, Rob?
Vancouver.
Vancouver? Were you born in Vancouver, Rob?
I was.
Yes, you were. See, that's what from means in this situation. Do you want to know what would happen to me if I went back to Dublin and said, I'm from London? Jesus Christ. Imagine what would happen to me, right? I'd be hanging from a pole outside to warn other ships as they arrived in, like as they were like a... Rob from Vancouver, welcome, welcome, my friend. What do you do yourself, my Rob?
Bookmaker.
You're a bookmaker? Yeah, you, Rob. What were the chances? No, seriously, Rob, what were the chances? Hey, when did it all get so grim, by the way? It's all gone very grim, hasn't it? You know, oh, God, you can't even watch a football match these days without Ray Winston's giant, disembodied head ordering you to gamble midway through the game. Bet him play, bet him play. Ray Winston's delivers every line in those ads like it has the word "you cunt" at the end of it. But they've just slipped it off for decency, you know? Betting play, you tourist. Fuck off, Ray, I'm trying to watch a football match, right? All kind of sports, Vancouver. And surely Vancouver is as good a place to do that. How did you find stuff in London? What brought you to London?
Bookmaking.
Bookmaking? Is it, why? Can you not bookmake in Vancouver?
This is the center of the world.
This is the center of the world for bookmaking. Feel the room, not be sure how to feel about that exactly, right? Oh, fantastic. Are we the world capital of heroin and slavery? Oh, well, I suppose you got to take what you can get. All parts of technology, all parts of your life have some sort of new development that you're supposed to keep up with. Simon, when's the last time you bought a bed?
This year, I think.
It was this year. You bought one this year, did you? And where did you go to a bed emporium to buy it? Did you, Simon?
I did, yeah.
You did? What bed emporium did you go to?
Called Dreams.
Dreams. And how many did you look at?
3 or 4.
3?
Yeah.
Oh, quite the Goldilocks, aren't you? That's your standard way to buy a bed, right? Whereas, Scott, when's the last time you bought a bed?
Last year.
Last year as well. God, there was a flurry of beds being sold last year. Right? How many did you try in the day?
2.
2. He's going down. Scott's more definite. Military man. Doesn't bother around with these things. It's not hard enough. Where's the hardest bed you have here? Just give me some reeds and lay them in a corner of the room and I'll curl up there in a fetal position. I'll be fine. Your style, my friend. Last time I bought a bed, went into a bed place, right? First bed was too soft. I said to the bed salesman, it's too soft. And the finest salesman I've ever met, he just went, well, some people are afraid of comfort. An astonishing challenge to put before you. You find us standing in the middle of a bed department going, screw you, I can handle comfort. Give me 7 of these mattresses, stack them high. And give me duvets of many tog, I'll be able to take it. Put a pea underneath the bottom mattress, I'll find it with my arse. My young 22-year-old friend, right? At some point, right, when you're a lot older, I'll be dead. I'll be long gone, my friend. But you, at some point, you're going to go to the doctor in like 60 years' time, which is when this crisis is going to really kick in. And you're going to go to the doctor and go, I need an MRI. I need an MRI. And the doctor's going to go, oh, do you? Oh, do you need an MRI? Is that what you need? Is this? You need an MRI? You need an MRI. Do you need an MRI? Yes. Let me tell you about your MRI. Do you remember the day you're at the beach when you're a little lad? Remember the day you're at the beach and you're eating your ice cream and you go, yum, 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 oh, lick, 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 yum, 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 yum. You're a lovely ice cream, yum, 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 lovely ice cream. But you leaned forward and the ice cream fell out of the cone into the sand and it was ruined. And you started to cry. But your dad saved the day because he bought you a special balloon. A special balloon that you had to tie around your wrist because it kept bobbing away from you. And you spent all day looking up at SpongeBob going, this is the best balloon I've ever had. Do you remember that? Well, that was the last of the fucking helium. So who should I talk to next? What about the young lads at the end? Should I talk to them? Which one should I talk to? 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one do you want?
2.
You're going to go for number 2. He picked you out exactly, my friend. What's your name, champ? Alex, how are you? What do you do?
I'm a student.
You're a student of?
Oh, Howard Effingham.
Of what?
Howard of Effingham.
Say that entirely again. What was that?
Howard of Effingham.
Could you, I like the way you're saying it quieter and quieter the closer I get. It's like trying to lure a badger out of a set. The nearer I get, the quieter I have to go. Higher. What do you do?
I'm at the Howard of Effingham school.
This is going to be a really weird bit in the DVD. And people will be leaning into their television, just turning it up and up and up, going, something wrong. It's a technical fault at some stage. We'll have to run a little subtitle going, quiet man. It's a school you're in, rather.
Yeah, Howard Effingham.
Okay, cool. I'm still not getting it, but I'm liking the way that clearly it's a very discreet school. I'm liking that. So you're doing A-levels somewhere, yeah?
No, I'm GCSEs.
You're GCSEs, you're even younger than that. My God, good to have you here, my friend. What are you going to do after that? What are you going to do in the real
I'm
world?
going to college to be an electrician.
You're going to be an electrician? Yeah. Very good. How big? Oh, it's exciting. What made you want to do that?
My dad's an electrician.
Your dad's an electrician. Okay, well, that's very imaginative of you altogether. It gives you a bit of a start anyway, for fuck's sakes. Jeez, a lack of drive there, you know what I mean? What's your favourite type of light bulb? Plug-in or bayonet? These are the questions people are going to ask you, my friend. You haven't a clue. Oh, listen, you're unfounded. You're like just putty at this stage. You haven't decided your favourite type of light bulb. Your dad probably has 5 amp or 13 amp plugs. Which is the best one? Fuck's sakes, man, do you not know anything at all? You're fine. Did he not sit you down? Did he not sit you down in your lap and go, if you want to get involved in this trade, you're going to have to know that? Like, do you have loads of those screwdrivers around the house that when you touch them on things, they light up, do you?
Nope.
You don't? What kind of fucking electrician is he? Does he just guess, does he? He's just gonna lick his finger and go, okay, if I die, you won't owe me a penny, right? I'm still here, the current is off. Fantastic, that's worked out well. Whew, that's not gonna work every time I do it. Really, what's your favourite, alternating current or direct current? What's that? You're going to be like the blankest canvas they've ever had in electrician school. They're going to be thrilled to see you. They could fucking tell you anything. Fairies carry the charge from deep inside the earth. And they mine it. And then they bring it up on lifts. And then they present the light to other little elves who then run up the wall. And then they just wave their arses until they light up. And then light is spread all over the place. Any fucking fairy tale at all they're going to tell you.
Hi, this is Dara Ó Briain. This is my YouTube channel, so subscribe and like to get more funny clips.